look, why is it that this case was reported today in the morning, 8 in the morning, and it is now 5 in the evening, and there is nobody who has looked into that case. So that way, supervision required as required by our laws, the laws that have created expertise in crime investigations and management. It is true that if we don't effectively investigate crimes the way they are supposed to be investigated, then we cannot be able to ensure that our people enjoys their basic rights. Critical actually to achieve that end. We need to promote transparency and accountability. I welcomed the EACC to come and look into our systems, to come and look into our practices, our SOPs, so that if there are gaps that are not allowing us to deliver the service to the people the way it is supposed, they can be able to advise us, and that way we can be able to close in on those gaps. I'm expecting to get the report by the end of May. And once we get that report together, all of us, then we go ahead and ensure that we implement. And by so doing, we will be making this service better, or will be in actually achieving our operational capabilities. So we need to have good logistics in place to very small global village. Terrorism is a real thing. It's a real issue actually. And unless all of us, we come together to overcome this, then all of us, we are in problem. And that is the reason why counter-terrorism is uppermost here when it comes to matters training. And the cost into that, we estimated at around 0.3 billion. The forensics, in order for us to move forward, to automate our services to the levels that we require, we estimated that the cost would come to around ICT applications in crime control and prevention. The estimate is around 3.42 billion. Transnational organized crimes, you are aware that in this field, transnational crimes don't know borders and boundaries. They are not interested in that. The crimes are happening here in Nairobi, they are there in Kampala, and the rest of the world actually. So we need to have some very good trainings related into transnational organized crimes, because that is the direction the crime is moving, and you are aware that crime is really quite very, very dynamic. So that one we estimated at around 0.1 billion. Counter drug smuggling and trafficking. This is another area that is affecting all of us globally. Matters affecting narcotics, drugs, human trafficking, and so forth. We are estimating it. The training would cost us around 0.1 billion. Customer service excellence, that one is estimated to cost us around 10 billion. Remember, this is a key area, because in each and every police station, we have a customer care desk. We have the report office. That is actually the first point of contact. Person going to a police station, those are the people, those are the officers that you will meet to ensure component, these critical masses of the National Police Service are well trained, well equipped, so that they can be able to handle our customers, that's the people of Kenya, with great care and excellence. And that's the reason why we need to partner with all the trainers to assist us in that direction. But for that to happen, we require funding. We require support for other support groups. The review of training curriculum is very, very important so that the issues of human rights, contemporary policing issues are also put into perspective. Because again, the Ed state is a satisfied public whereby their basic rights and freedoms are respected by all the service providers, including police officers. Mental health and wellness is another critical area. We know, and all of you are aware, that policing duties are quite stressing. We are all aware of that. So this is another area that as we continue to transform, we must also address the issues of mental wellness of our officers. Mental health is a critical component that, again, we are calling upon all of you to come in and support us so that we ensure at the station level, the officers who are rendering service are officers whose even state of health and mental health is excellent. And that is the reason why we call upon you to support us in that direction. And it is estimated that that is going to cost around 0.2 billion in order for us to move forward with a total of 15 billion, 15.1 billion. Infrastructure cost. We need a police peace support training center. Again, this is another critical component. To the many assignments that the National Police Service has, police peace support training center becomes a critical component that we must also think beyond our usual training. We also need to look into that. Right now, we have a team in Haiti rendering critical security support in that nation out there. So we also need to develop capacity, to develop infrastructures that can be able to support us in that direction. And the estimated cost is around 0.1. Care centers, they need to be expanded, they need to be equipped. These are the gender desks that are dealing with the GBVs cases and many others, including the femicide issues and so forth. So polycare centers need to ensure that we roll them out throughout the Republic so that they can be able to again support the critical masses that actually centers. The upgrade of the National Police Service border police training campus to regional center of excellence on counterterrorism. Again, this is very, very important. We have it in Kanyonyo there, but we need to develop that capacity to the levels that are required and assist us on matters training on counter-terrorism, and the estimate is at around 3 billion Kenya shillings. We also need to upgrade the DCI Academy to Regional Center of Excellence on criminal investigations. Again, as I said from the word go, the Directorate of Criminal Investigation is the one that handles matters investigations. So this is an area that all of us, we need to address very seriously. We need to so that all the cases that are being handled by the DCI are cases that are knowledge by officers who are excellent in terms of investigations. And in order for us to achieve that, we must train them properly to support us in that direction. And the estimated cost for that is around 5 billion, with a subtotal cost of 8 specialized motor vehicles and motorcycles. This is another area that is very, very important for us in order for us to continuously deal with the terrorism issues counter-terrorism issues, we require this kind of support, this kind of specialized motor vehicles that can be able to from point A to point B in those areas that are deemed to be at a high degree of facing terrorism and so forth. And the estimated cost is around 1.38 billion. And then we also need that support of the marine vessels, because we have the marine police who are also taking care of our areas within the border waters. And again, the support that estimated to cost around 0.1 billion, making a total of 1.56 billion. In the summary, our areas of focus is digitization. In total, digitization requires around 20.31 billion. Training is estimated to cost around 15.51 billion. Infrastructural development, we require around 80.34 billion. And in terms of equipment, we need support to the tune of 1.56 billion, making a total cost of 45.72 billion. Our asks: in digitization, we need to do the connectivity of our stations. We need to do the LAN, the WN, we need ICT equipments and devices. That way, we can actually be able to digitize our policing services. So these are one of our asks. When it comes to matters training and curriculum review, we need to do capacity building. And capacity building, that's once again, we are calling upon supporters, fund this activity. We work together with the Kenya School of Government and others, and we are going to achieve that. Or once we achieve that, then this service will be much better for all of us. Infrastructural support, police care centers, expansion equipments, training institutions, we all need to look at them so that again, they can be able to comprehensively support us. Equipment, we need the specialized vehicles and motorcycles and marine vessels as indicated there earlier. That marks the end of my presentation.
Which we are trying to address our chief guest, Honorable Waziri, as follows. One is the relationship between, national police and the citizen. So through this program, we can be able to improve the relationship between citizen and the police. Through this program, again, we will be able to restore the citizen trust and the cooperation between the citizen and the National Police Service. We will also bring about the professionalism, discipline, and value of the service. And we'll also build the capacity of staff and competencies. And also one critical thing, Waziri, is that we will also bring about the standardization of service delivery, what we refer to as the whole of police approach. And finally, the morale and the job satisfaction of the police will also improve, because the moment we build their capacity, it was historical because we are now moving from the highest inspector general to the lowest. And that is what we refer to as, we will carry later on what we refer to as National Police Service Happiness Index, and see whether then we'll get a full satisfaction from there. And again, His Excellency President clearly in so many of his speech, which we pulled out, he had a vision for the effective service. One of which, Waziri, is that he said, reorient and recalibrate the National Police Service into a fit-for-purpose, public service-driven vehicle capable of advancing the national agenda. That is one vision, again, given to us by His Excellency the President, which we must all support. Second is inculcation of values of governance, ethics, integrity, as key in achieving the high-performing public service. The third one is a public service that is highly efficient, effective, and responsive in service delivery. And finally, our chief guest is the public service powered by an energetic, highly performing, and motivated workforce dedicated to serving our wonderful country. That is the vision of His Excellency the President. With that, therefore, then, we are guided by His Excellency the President vision, NPS strategic plan, and also the strategic framework for the implementation of reform, which was again His Excellency President launched in the Kenya School of Government. With that, therefore, then, our chief guest, National Police Service have set an agenda for the change and the culture, culture transformation in the service. What is then our strategy? Our chief guest, there are 3 strategies here that we are going to employ. One is by implementing the customer service excellence training. The second one is through that customer service excellence training, we will also introduce what we refer to as National Police Service Customer Service Excellence Award, and then which is also part of the culture change, and also a bit of the digital skilling. And we have a center of excellence referred to as a regional center of competency on digital skilling and artificial intelligence for the public sector on 3rd floor, which was launched by His Excellency the President. Our chief guest under customer service excellence training, we are looking forward to a world where, towards the world-class, agile, citizen-centric, and responsive National Police Service. And this training, again, as you can see, it is to instill a service excellence culture, fit for purpose National Police Service workforce across the service. And as you can see, this is the training, our chief guest. There are 4 levels. The first level is what we refer to as customer service excellence for strategic leaders, from IG to the commandant. There's a 1-day training and then 3 days for commandants. And then the second one is customer service excellence for senior officers, ASP and CP. There are about 1,342 for 5 days. And the third one is customer service excellence for technical staff. Those are the members of the inspectorate. And we will therefore then deal with that, about 7,820. And finally, the majority customer service excellence frontline officers. These are 95,062, a total of 104,325. And that then will bring, some of the content, our chief guest is all this. At senior level, from IG to commandant, we'll be undertaking what we refer to as a psychometric and emotional intelligence assessment for them to appreciate and fully support then the people at a lower level. The culture and attitude change, customer service excellence standard, employee wellness, the mental health, effective communication, emotional intelligence, empathy and understanding customers, conflict resolution, crisis management, handling difficult customers, handling public complaint and grievances, and also leveraging on the technology in customer service. Those are some of the areas, Waziri, we will cover for those programs that we'll be rolling out. And then, Waziri, for first time in the history of National Police Service, will be introducing what we refer to as a Customer Service Excellence Award, toward again a world-class, agile, citizen-centric and responsive, where each police station will be competing to, get an award, and it will be an annual event. And this is what, therefore, then we are looking for. These are the 5 critical pillars. And allow me to move to analyze each of them without taking much of your time. Customer insight and strategy is all about that the police, each station must have customer service excellence policy, a strategy and resources, and the structure to support that. And then we'll have what we refer to as our customer service excellence NPS DNA. What is the DNA of the police going forward will be analyzed, the training bit of it, assessment and reward. Under the service environment, we'll be looking at what already IG requested, the information guideline, quality, ambience, and also convenience and facilities will be evaluating based on that. And the 4th one will be on all about experience model, and that one is purely on customer experience manual, management of customer feedback and support system, and celebrating the customer. That is the National Police Service Customer Service Week. Every year, we'll have what we refer to as a National Police Service Customer Service Week, where we'll have an engagement with the citizen, appreciating and celebrating a great work that the National Police Service is doing. They are doing great work, but in the public service, we do so much, but we rarely celebrate, and we want to celebrate at that point. And then finally, customer service charter. We also want to introduce a business process re-engineering of the entire police service, and also customer service charter and service guarantee. These are the 5 critical areas that we'll be using to award. Our chief guest, at the end of every year, experts will visit various police stations to review the progress in the implementation of the Customer Service Excellence Program and Initiative. The station with the best CS initiative will be awarded during the National Police Service Annual Customer Service Week, so that then we celebrate great initiative which all our police officers are doing. And the award will be based on this. 81 to 100 will be diamond, and it will be awarded by either a CS or even His Excellency the President, platinum at 61 to 80, gold at 41 to 80, and the officers in those stations will also be awarded Certificate of Excellence so that then they feel appreciated and they can be able to give that award. And the third one, as I move toward the conclusion, is digital skilling toward the digitally competent and artificially intelligent police service, because we want to get to a level where our police officers are also digitally competent and also artificially intelligent, capable of doing that. And we have a Center of Excellence up here, and Waziri will invite you next time you visit, please visit the Center of Excellence that we have up here. And the program will offer there is cybersecurity, and we'll have artificial intelligence, digitalization and digitization, the whole issue of digital innovation in the National Police Service, the whole issue of data analytics, data protection, and at the end, the expectation is that we'll have a cybersecurity desk in each of the National Police Service police station. And finally, what is then the investment? Waziri, let me say that when we came up with this budget, you know, and you being Christian, let me use a Bible quote. That is the 2 Corinthians 5:7 that says, we walk by faith, not by sight. So we prepared this knowing that we'll get support from our wonderful people here, and knowing that, again, we'll be able to progress. And this is the expected budget, Waziri. And total with accommodation is, as our IG said, is about 10 billion with no accommodation, but we'll offer then services in all our centers of excellence around, including even the police centers of excellence, is about 5.4 billion Kenya shillings. Other budget include handbook developed, because we want to develop a handbook and design printed. We'll visit branding, marketing, and all those is about 235 million. Then there is also expected outcome, the return on investment. When you invest that much, then what do you expect? The first one is what will change. The police officers will be, the police station and the officers will be citizen-centric National Police Service, where there is agility, efficiency, effectiveness, promptness, and responsive in service delivery, fit-for-purpose service delivery vehicle capable of advancing national agenda, dignified and professional police officers, where we expect high standard of professionalism, ethics, integrity in the public service, the whole of a police approach, where then we'll have a standard approach in delivery of the services, because across the police station, you know, we will have probably the OCS of the year, OCPD of the year, regional commander of the year, and even at the headquarters, we'll have that. And we'll have the seamless and the same approach across. And then improve service delivery at the police station level, a sustainable community-focused policing model, enhance customer service skills of officers, increase citizen satisfaction with police service, reduce number of public complaints against police officers, improve officers' morale and job satisfaction, and finally, enhance community of trust and cooperation. And of course, improvement of well-being of our officers. And then of course, when we then change how our police officers look like, this is just an example. It's not that it look like this now. This, I said, we walk by faith, not by sight. So therefore then, we expect the police to, reception to look like this in future, where they serve with dignity and with integrity. And it continues, and this is our vision we want to see in future, where the police will be serving with a lot of smile and appreciation. And of course, we also expect police officers to engage the citizen and all this. Another initiative, Waziri, we will be expecting out of this program is something like Usalama na Mazingira, that is cleaning and greening day, where citizens will collaborate with the police officers to do that. We have also Usalama and Ovijana, where we have youth engagement day. It's not that it is there. We are projecting. We walk by faith. Again, I say that, Waziri. Peace walk, patriotic 5-kilometer walk. Usalama na wazee, elders engagement day. Mungu mbele, the prayer day. And then Usalama tournament, the sports day, where we'll be celebrating all this. And this is the Customer Service Excellence Program. And of course, there's a success story, Waziri, where one of the officers said that after implementing our neighborhoods watch program in collaboration with local community leaders, we saw a 30% reduction in petty crimes in Westlands areas. That is just an example. The moment, and he said, I feel much safer now, and I know my local officers by name. And that is an engagement between police officers through this customer service excellence. Of course, our police youth club initiative, about 1,000, they said people are positive attitude. Local teacher, Mr. Kimani notes, I've seen a remarkable change in some of my students who are at risk. They now aspire to become a law enforcement. And again, these are just part. And our ask, as I think our IG said, is just a support for this program and also support for all those other things that we said, including the digitalization. And therefore, just to conclude, the Customer Service Excellence Program will build a highly skilled, agile, efficient, effective, responsive, citizen-centered National Police Service. And transformation of National Police Service is a shared commitment to improving community of safety and trust. And by bringing together all this collaboration, we'll be able to deliver on this. Together, we can build interagency synergies, mobilize community participation for a more secure Kenyan society. Let's unite as champion of change for a responsive, transparent, and citizen-centric police service. We believe that if our presence doesn't make an impact, definitely our absence won't make a difference. And that is why, therefore, then today we are saying National Police Service must put a dent in the service, and we can only put a dent in the service when we have produced a positive, measurable, lasting change and transformation in the National Police Service, contributed towards shaping citizens' lives and outlooks for the better, solve an important, neglected, or overlooked problem in the National Police Service. And finally, another quote, if we dare dream and wake up to chase our dream, we score, but if we dream but enjoy the comfort of our status quo, we will snow. Thank you so much. I will stop there and will request for the support from there. Thank you so much.
With your permission, I'm requesting that I call her forward to make her remarks and also allow her with your permission to attend with the other Madam Ambassador.
Thank you very much for the floor. And I'm excusing myself. I had another very important appointment that I couldn't change, so I'm breaking the protocol a little bit. So please excuse me for that. So, Honorable Vasiri C.S. Murkomen, Honorable P.S. Omolo, dear IG Kanja, DG KSG, Madam P.S., dear ladies and gentlemen, this is an important opportunity because it's about working together for a better police service. And I'm very happy we're in this conversation. What you presented to us is very ambitious and it's wonderful. But you may all see that this cannot be achieved in one day. But we have to have the ambition and the road to get there. And that's why I'm happy we're here also as the development partners to see how we can work together to achieve that dream and make it into a reality so we do not snore. There can be not a better place than the School of Government to do this morning, because your motto of empowering public service is what is driving the police. The police is maybe the most important element between the citizen and the government. And is the citizen running away from the police or running towards the police? That's the big question, and we want the citizen to run towards the police, not away. And for that, you have a plan. You have a plan that is very comprehensive. And I'm very happy that the Maraga task force is active in implementing the strategic plan. We all know this requires resources, ready to support. you know that the EU has made a huge investment in the reform of the justice sector in Kenya. So for the last years, we supported the different actors in the justice chain. We, for example, helped to digitize the courts, so now you can have digital court proceedings, access to justice, and many other things. And we are so happy that the police is now ready to engage on the digitized